have learned homesteading in this short almost 3.5 years, organization, which I'm not really good at. I'm sort of depending more on teaching myself that trait. And especially when it came to seeds. I'm kind of fly by the seat of your pants person. It just works better for me. But on the other hand, my kitchen is usually organized. I have things hanging where they belong. When I'm cooking, I know where everything is at. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that are like it too. And I'm also a visual person. I like things to look good. You know, my mind of looking good. One person's Rembrandt is another person's Picasso. It looks good to whoever's looking at what they enjoy. And I'm one of those people. I want to enjoy what I'm looking at. I didn't enjoy my first garden. Nikki D and Dumpling coming to you today from Jurassic Garden. We don't talk about Jurassic Garden. I did enjoy my second garden, but I didn't enjoy the process. And I feel that when processes are difficult, for me, it's hard to enjoy any of it. So I was definitely behind the 8 ball with my gardening last year. Starting seeds was new to me. Gardening itself gives me the jitters. I'm working on that. But I needed to be organized this year and not do this. Because I'll tell you what happened. When I would go out to the garden maybe to replant, some of the seedlings didn't make it, some of the transplants didn't make it, and I thought I'd replant. You know, you take out your bag, you take your painter's tape off, that's how I close them, you open it up, and then something happens and you set it down, the wind knocks it out of your hand, you drop this, and seeds everywhere. Even when I reopened later in the year I was trying to succession garden, didn't do well, but I'm hoping to do better this year. But I would have seeds on the bottom of this. I don't know what they were, so maybe I build a raised bed surprise garden with all those seeds. I'm not gonna waste them. But I've been looking and looking, and finally going to one of my favorite stores. I'm not sponsoring them. I'm not an affiliate. I don't work with them, but I do love Harbor Freight's, where we got our pressure washer that I'm going to do a review on, and it's where I got how I'm going to store seeds and how I'm going to use them in the garden. So let's get started. What I did was I went and got 5 of these. I'm going to go and get 5 more. What are these, you ask? Okay, these are, I'm going to use the word cute. I call tools cute, so just deal with me. Sorry, guys. I got these cute little boxes that are a box in a box. Check these out. There's 25 in each of these. These little suckers snap open. See the little snap lock there? Guess what happens when you drop them? They don't pop open. That is something I needed. I drop things, and especially if it's something like seeds. It happens in the garden. I'll stumble over something. It just is what it is. So I love this because I can put my seeds in the little box, mark the bottom with painter's tape, and I know what it is. So let me run you through the beginning. That's sort of the synopsis of all of it. So I thought, okay, I've got these great boxes. I'll go ahead and mark them. In this case, we've got lettuce, celery, onion, and cabbage. I've got herbs and flowers, tomato, peppers, grow garden. That's the big, we have the raised bed ranch, which is all our raised beds. And then the bigger garden that we're expanding, I'm calling it the grow garden. Mostly vining things. I did that area for things to be able to spread out. Then carrot, radish, cucumber, peas, okay? So I thought, well, I could put that in there. I could label this, but then what happens when I pop open the box and I'm digging through 25 little boxes trying to find out what I've got by flipping them over? Didn't want to do that. So I thought, oh, what about dry erase? That would work out great. Well, they make a dry erase paper that has sticky on one side. So I cut it out about this size. It obviously fit inside of here. Cut it out. Went ahead and with Sharpie drew my grid pattern that matches my boxes here. So drew the grid pattern. And then I went ahead and on the inside, I'm so excited. I wrote down the seeds that correspond. So when I close the lid, the top one goes to the top one. So I know just by looking that this is my San Marzano from, I think it's Franzio is the seed company. And then of course if I drop it, I've got the initial FR, Franzio or Franzino, San Marzano, and so on and so forth. Here would be a Aroma, a Johnny Seed Brandywine here, and then I just wanted the seed company so I can keep tabs on which seeds are doing well. I just like to keep as much information as I can because I'm new. Maybe eventually it won't matter, but I'm new. I'm also doing a spreadsheet, which I'll show you all when I complete it, that I hope will help me down the road, because still the succession planting, the knowing when to get things in, for me it's elusive and I'm grasping at it, and I thought a spreadsheet would help me. It's a lot of extra work at the moment setting it up, but I think when it's done, it'll come in handy. But anyway, I thought that this would make such an easier way, because then all I have to do when I'm done for the season is wipe off. I'm not going to do it right now, I don't want to rewrite it, but all I have to do is wipe that off. The grid stays, and what I wrote on here goes away, and then I'm set to do it again. So I don't know about you, if you're new to growing, if getting your arms around this whole gardening thing and making it make sense to you is tripping you up like it is me, then maybe give a try of buying these little, I think they're called 25 box storage system at Harbor Freight, and get away from this. So let's talk binders a minute. I love binders. I have about 10 to 12 binders. I have one whole cooking one, I have a bread one, I have desserts, I have build it, I have how I want my house to look. Speaking of which, I am coming to you from the farmhouse, and every time I've said that we're going to get rolling on it, it doesn't happen, so I'm not saying that. But maybe we're getting rolling on it. Okay, so I am taking the empty seed packets and putting them in the box. Just, I don't want to throw away the packets, obviously, but one more binder for me just wasn't going to work. I have tubs and tubs and tubs and tubs of seeds. Literally, this is nothing. I'm talking totes of seeds, probably 4 this size full of seeds. So a binder for me would take over the house pretty much. So I thought, if I'm not done with this yet, I still have to fill some more of these. I thought if I just put these in here, did a little index card, alphabetized, and then, you know, just had artichokes, beets, beans, what have you, carrots, so forth down the road of the ones that I planted. If there was some reason I needed to access the packet, then I could just go to this box that's in the house and access the packet. Couple of things like this one, a friend of mine gave me scarlet runner beans from her garden. Thank you, Lynn. I didn't put them all in the little box in here, so I've got a few that still have some stuff in it, but you know, I'm securing it as best I can. But this does not get drug around with me anywhere. This just stays in the house, stationary, if I were to need it. So right now, I think that's what's going to work for me. Let me know if you end up going to a system like this, or even if you've used a system like this, where you just sort of take it out and say, I'm gonna plant myself some Chinese chives today. And then you put them right back. Can you tell I'm tickled pink? I really am. Let me know. Leave a comment, you guys. I really appreciate you coming and watching the channel. There's so many people out there to watch, and I love that you watch the channel. If you're just flying through and you like what you see, please smash that like button and subscribe so you're one of the first to get my next video that comes up. I'm looking forward to this growing season. I think last year might have been a fluke for me because it was absolutely amazing. And I'm curious to see what will happen this year. We've got some new varieties that are going in, and I'll talk about them as the time goes on. I'm really looking forward to getting out there and, like I did last year, and talking with you out in the garden area. And this is Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm. Happy seed starting, and I'll talk to you soon.